A Florida doctor has been assaulted physically, a fist fight to be precise, okay? Anti-mask protester appeared to assault a doctor outside of a, school board meeting. This is in Lee County, Florida. The incident occurred outside of the district headquarters after Lee County imposed a 30-day mask mandate in schools. NBC2 News reporter Dave Elias, who witnessed the incident, said, and I quote, "What I'm seeing here is just unbelievable," Elias said during a live broadcast. "I can tell you that I just saw 2 doctors try to walk into this building and they were shoved off the sidewalk back into the street." Let me give you a screenshot of a doctor being pushed. There you go, all right? It was a chaotic scene. Dave Elias asked the doctor about the incident. Here's the quote: "I was just trying to make my way to the door so I could come in and fill out a comment card. And the woman stood in front of me and bumped me out of the way," the doctor said, adding that she was not surprised by the violence because "I've been watching it on social media for weeks and months." In the middle of the interview with the doctor, get this now, in the middle of the interview, once again, cameras rolling, everybody knows the camera is rolling. A fight between parents broke out right next to them. Here's a screenshot of that fight. School board meetings, Florida, violence. Adrienne, this is becoming an everyday story, every day. This is something that may happen once a year before COVID, right? Where we see it, there's video, there's recording. Okay, it's a big story. This is happening virtually every day now at some school board around America. A lot of those obviously in Florida. What are your thoughts about it?
And this is a direct product of individuals like Cawthorn, who think they're out there speaking truth to power when really they're just misleading the masses. And because we have individuals who no longer actually have any faith whatsoever in science, and we've essentially had this administration and leadership create this level of division during the Trump era, where people don't even subscribe to common sense anymore. What we are having is people engaging in violence, fistfights, and getting all sorts of ornery simply because they do not want to adhere to science. They don't want to believe in any kind of change whatsoever. And this is the new America, unfortunately. It was the old America, it's just trumped up on nonsense now.
Remember, this is all about masks, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around something, okay? All of these parents who are in these public school systems, Adrienne, they have already agreed to mandates. They've agreed to vaccination mandates. They have agreed to attire or clothing mandates because there's a dress code for the school. They have agreed to mandates of timeliness. Students have to be in class at a certain time, or there's a policy that would say you cannot come back to this school, or there's a suspension policy. They already adhere to various mandates on a regular basis. Why do you think the mask mandate is all of a sudden the great evil in their societal understanding?
In part because it has been politicized heavily by essentially leadership, largely coming from the Trump administration, and it's still been created as an us-them issue. Plus, it is truly the reflection that, hey, we are still in a global pandemic. Also the thought that, again, our bodies, each and every one of us can be a lethal threat. And when you're dealing with individuals who've enjoyed considerable privilege and been able to essentially pull up on the beach and step up on a reporter and do whatever they please, then essentially they're not gonna wanna be restricted at all, especially when it's been made to think that this is a free rights kind of issue. Essentially, we have a lot of ignorant people out there, and we have a lot of people in leaderships who are coaxing them to continue and to have that ignorance flourish. And as a result, we are all sick, and things are not necessarily gonna get any better anytime soon.
What's amazing to me, and that's very well said, what's amazing to me, I get phone calls from some of my friends that are still K through 12 educators. My mom, who's an educator, school board members that I know in the metro area of Atlanta, they tell me they have never seen this much parental engagement, ever. How sad is that, right?
Yeah, if that's what it took to actually have parents be interested in what their children are doing. Wow, that really speaks to just how broken our society is.
Absolutely.